just read fiction. Oh, I only read Atomic Habits and 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah, all the best philosophers are fiction writers. Well, maybe not all, but hear me out for a sec. If you're not reading fiction because you believe it's a waste of time and you're mostly interested in serious things like personal growth and self-development, so instead you're reading a bunch of self-help books that are very often just repurposing and repackaging and rebranding and plagiarizing the same 3 or 4 philosophers over and over again in increasingly uncreative ways, because there's only really so many ways to tell people they should develop good habits and believe in themselves, I advise you to reconsider that position. Look, a good fiction writer, a good one mind you, can split themselves into multiple characters, multiple aspects of their own personality, and then have those characters learn from each other, grow with each other, grow apart from each other, love each other, hate each other. Have the characters argue with each other and have the arguments be relatable and convincing. This person knows how to argue with themselves in good faith and in bad faith to clearly demonstrate the difference. You don't think they might be able to teach you a thing or two that you could apply to personal insight, personal growth, and self-development? If you think in order to be an intelligent, serious, well-rounded person, you have to only read books on politics or books on economics or academic dusty old tomes full of facts and citations to peer-reviewed studies, a good fiction writer can build an entire world with a complex economic system, a complex political system, and then through their characters they can place complex social dynamics within those power structures and demonstrate how they interact with each other. And then through that interaction they can demonstrate not only how flawed the human animal is, but also how flawed those power structures, those ideologies are, very often because they're built on assumptions about human nature that are not entirely true. You don't think that person might have something interesting to teach you about geopolitics or economics or power dynamics? I mean, why do we think the aspect of our culture that most resiliently stands the test of time is collections of stories, right? Religious stories, mythical stories, folklore, stories that say something significant about the fundamental nature of the human animal. The only other thing that we're quite so concerned with preserving is history, right? Which is a collection of stories. It's a collection of stories that we tell ourselves about who we are. Now, I guess if you're still here, you might be wanting me to give you like a reading list of book suggestions that I think live up to what I'm talking about. And if enough people want that, I'll make a follow-up video about that. Also, I think I want to start doing in-depth book reviews over on my YouTube channel, which you can find a link to in my bio if you're interested in joining me for that.